Think about the last time you were truly bored. Not busy, not stressed, just stranded in an empty stretch of time with nothing to do. Now be honest about how long you tolerated it before you reached for your phone. For most of us now, the answer is measured in seconds. We have become extraordinarily good at making sure we are never bored, and we treat that as progress. But what if boredom was trying to tell us something, and we have simply stopped letting it speak? We treat boredom as a problem to be solved, an emptiness to be filled as quickly as possible. But boredom is not actually empty. It is a signal. It is the specific, restless discomfort your mind produces when it is not engaged by anything that feels meaningful. And like physical pain, it is unpleasant precisely because it is trying to get your attention and make you do something about it. The philosopher Arthur Schopenhauer, who saw human life as a pendulum, placed boredom at one of its two poles. We swing, he said, between the pain of wanting things we do not have and the boredom of having gotten them. Boredom for him was what rushes in the moment desire goes quiet. It is the feeling of a will with nothing left to push against. And rather than face it, most people will invent a new want, a new chase, anything to escape the silence. That instinct to escape is the thing worth examining. Because when you fill every empty moment the instant it appears, you never actually find out what the boredom was pointing at. You silence the alarm without ever checking what set it off. The discomfort was information, and you deleted the message before reading it. The German philosopher Martin Heidegger went even further and treated deep boredom as one of the most revealing states a human being can enter. Not the mild boredom of a delayed train, but the profound kind, where the whole world seems to go flat and nothing has any pull. In that emptiness, he thought, something important becomes visible. Stripped of all the distractions that normally tell you who you are left face to face with the bare fact of your own existence and the question of what you are actually going to do with it. That is an uncomfortable place to stand, which is exactly why we avoid it. The blank afternoon, the long quiet evening, the unstructured hours, these are when the larger questions tend to surface. Is this the life I want? Is this how I want to be spending my days? Boredom clears away the noise, and in the silence, those questions can finally be heard. So we keep the noise on, permanently, and call it being productive or staying connected. There is a real cost to this, and it is easy to miss. Almost every creative idea you have ever had arrived in a gap. In the shower, on a walk, lying awake, staring out of a window. The mind, left genuinely unoccupied, does not stay idle. It begins to wander, to connect, to play, to make unexpected links between things. That wandering is where insight comes from. A mind that is never bored is a mind that is never given the empty room in which new things can form. So when we engineer boredom out of existence, we are not just avoiding discomfort. We are quietly starving ourselves of the very conditions that creativity and self-knowledge require. Every cue filled with scrolling, every silence filled with a podcast, every pause filled with noise is a small room where something might have grown, left empty and unused. None of this means you should seek out misery or romanticize being unstimulated for its own sake. The point is not that boredom is pleasant. It is not. The point is that it is useful, and that by reflexively destroying it the instant it appears, you are throwing away something you actually need. You are treating a messenger like an enemy. So consider doing something that will feel almost unnatural. The next time boredom arrives, do not reach for anything. Let it be there. Sit in the empty stretch of time and feel the discomfort without immediately curing it. Go for a walk with no phone, no music, no destination. Let your mind run out of inputs and start generating its own. It will feel uneasy at first, even slightly unbearable. Stay anyway. Because on the other side of that discomfort is something we have nearly forgotten how to reach. The quiet in which you can actually hear yourself think. The wandering that leads somewhere new. The honest confrontation with how you are spending your one life. Boredom is not the absence of something worthwhile. It is often the doorway to it, and we have spent years learning to slam that door the instant it opens. So the next time you feel that restless, itching emptiness and your hand drifts toward the nearest distraction, pause for just a moment. Ask what the feeling might be pointing at instead of silencing it on reflex. The boredom is not your enemy. It may be the most honest thing in the room. If this gave you something to sit with, that is what this channel is for. Small shifts in how you see your own life. I will see you in the next one.